India does not sell E20 petrol. What it sells is called motor spirit, also known as petrol, containing up to 20% of ethanol. This is the notification that created that fuel, the only petrol you can buy. It is published by the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gases on 17th February this year, and you have been buying this petrol from 1st April this year. The word E20 does not appear in this document, not once. So where does the E20 tag come from? The tag comes from the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, who has nothing to do with selling petrol. To understand this better, you have to follow two ministries in Government of India. One being the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, the another is Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. These two ministries spent 24 years regulating the same fuel, never cited each other, at least on paper. So you need to follow a few documents, not who said what on TV, the actual binding laws that matters. The E20 tag is real. The Bureau of Indian Standard wrote a specification for it in 2018, defined as 20% anhydrous ethanol with 80% of ethanol free gasoline, with limits on octane, sulfur, vapor pressure and water tolerance. And it is not an advisory. In March 2021, the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways wrote it into the Central Motor Vehicles Rules, which now reads, specification for commercial ethanol fuel in bracket E20 shall be as per IS 17021-2018. That is the binding law. 2 months later, the ministry added safety requirements for vehicles running on that blend. So, a real specification, a real law with real safety rules behind it. And it is not a downgrade really. I mean, you are regulating a standard. The standard prescribes 2 octane grades for it, 95% and 98%. Every one of these statements is true, which brings us back to the same question. Why India does not sell E20 petrol? Because the ministry who defines E20 precisely does not govern the fuel. The 20% tag everyone quotes lives in a different document. Uh, it lives in National Policy on Biofuel, amended in 2022, which moved the target of this called ethanol supply year from 2030 to 2025-26. And it is a target for the country as a whole. So, road transport rides under the Motor Vehicles Act. Its subject is the car, what the engine must tolerate, what the manufacturer must certify. Petroleum rides under the Essential Commodities Act through a 2005 order on the supply and distribution of motor spirit. Its subject is to supply and distribution, so basically the pump itself. And petroleum never cited road transport. Then in 2024, petroleum amended the motor spirit itself, the definition. Motor spirit used to mean petrol. Now it means petrol, or quoting, its blend with anhydrous ethanol as specified by the Bureau of Indian Standard from time to time. Read that again. Since March 2024, the blend is legally petrol. It is not a separate product anymore. In July 2025, the government was asked in Rajya Sabha about blending in two states, in Rajasthan and in Maharashtra. The answer was the target is for the country as a whole, and quote, state-wise targets are not set. The same answer gave the numbers. Gujarat 18.95% blending, Maharashtra 18.84% blending. Both under 20%, both even under 19%. So basically this does not qualify as E20 fuel, and both are different. Anyway, neither a violation of anything because there is nothing to violate, and it has been nearly always the same way. In 2002, the goal was 5% blending. In 2013, up to 10% to achieve 5% ethanol blending across the country as a whole. 2019, it is 10% or any percentage prescribed by the government. In 2021, up to 20%. In 2026, up to 20% with minimum 95% octane. One notification in 2013 tied the program to a national average. That is the only time it has ever happened. Every notification since then is a ceiling without a floor, which raises the question I have been putting off till now. Where are you in this? The vehicle rule went through consultation. The Motor Vehicle Acts requires it. A draft is published 30 days for any person likely to be affected to object, and that happened in December 2020. A notification records that came back, quotes, no objection and suggestions were received from the public. Now the other side. The fuel notification is made under the Essential Commodities Act, and that act does not have any such step. No draft, no 30 days, no objection. So the side that regulates your car, the public had 30 days, they did not object. On the other side, which regulates the fuel, there is no public step at all. So what did you buy this morning? The notification permits anything up to 20% of blending, and the number is not available on request. So in conclusion, the Road Transport Ministry allows an E20 compliant car to be run on road. The Petroleum Ministry allows fuel distributors to sell motor spirit blended with ethanol up to 20%. The only place the E20 tag comes near a petrol pump is probably a banner which says that E20 is good for your car, which has nothing to do with actual law. And you do not know what did you buy this morning. Thank you for watching this video.